Hi, good evening. The next article is the going Colombia going to war without our eyes closed. Is the president candidate responsibly for negotiating a historic peace deal with Marxist FARC guerrillas said Sunday that Colombia is going to war with our eyes closed. The statement of former Vice President Humberto de la Calle followed a publication in the Wall Street Journal is which use law enforcement officials say the FARC's political chief was under investigation for drugs trafficking. De la Calle urged and authorities not law extradited former guerrilla leaders accused of drug trafficking be as authorities for reason of national security. The presidential candidate blazed the US-friendly candidates Herman Vargas and Ivan Duque and controversial former President Álvaro Uribe for betraying and undermining the peace process that seek to end more than half a country of violent civil conflict. The, the recent arrests and possible extradition of far in the alleged Jesus and Trish on mysterious drug trafficking charges triggered an unprecedented crisis in the country's peace process. After us, authorities leaked that Ivan Marquez, the FARC's chief, the political chief, was also a suspect to the peace process appeared to be on the brink of total collapse. The way go, the way we are going is toward worldwide or eyes closed. Colombia chief prosecutor loyal ally of both the US and former VP Herman Vargas almost immediately rejected the US claiming that his office were involved in the Mark investigation. Attention, the prosecutor of Colombia reiterates that it does not have investigation for drug traffic against Ivan Marquez. After the signing of the peace agreement, the prosecutor said on Twitter, is Twitter and the Fiscally Colombian talk is atención, Fiscalía de Colombia reitera que no posee investigación por narcotráfico contra Iván Márquez con posterioridad a la firma del acuerdo de paz. So the Wall Street Journal said the investigation come from an intercepted cell phone video where the far leader was caught speaking to a Mexican drugs trafficking society. They added that no formal charges against the far saying later were filed. An investigation will be a huge blow to already fragile peace process which has been shaken by drug trafficking charges against far Boeing, Jesus and Trish. Marquez said on Twitter yesterday that Colombia Chief Prosecutor Néstor Humberto Martinez, a critic of the peace process, was behind all this. De la Calle said calling on a possible refusal to extradite far later given national security interested. I believe that it is the Colombian justice system that must examine the evidence, the former chief negotiator say. At this moment, it is more important for Colombians to be aware of the disaster that is coming. I ask of the Colombia that has suffered the most to mobilize and two indifferent urban Colombians to become aware of the obstacles that were in places for the future of this country as a community of the solidarity. And, in an interview with Reuters this week, he said it would be perverse to make amendments to in something presidential favorite. Ivan Duque has said he will do the arrests of Santos accused of conspiring of the 20,000 kg of cocaine to the US has caused trouble for Colombian peace process as it slowed down the FARC's hopes to gain political recognition. The ex-rebel group morphed into a political party last year after agreeing to submit to transitional justice over thousands of war criminals committed by the group, and there are plenty of our members who failed this friendship, be the state failure to follow through with the deal. With many joined violent dissident group, the FARC disarmed 14,000 people last year under a 2016 peace deal with the government of Presidential Juan Manuel Santos, ending a half-century civil war which has killed over two, two, 265,000 people. Colombian, a superiority military, is accused of widespread human rights violations that are said to be prosecuted before Colombian courts.